Hello guys, how are you? Hope you are doing well. My name is Rahul. I will be covering the third lecture of the advanced microeconomics series that we are, and in this video I will be covering this eighth chapter of the H.L. Hauser microeconomics. And remember, this chapter will be covered in two parts. This is part first of the series. So moving on to the chapter, this is indifference curve analysis. So in this chapter we will be analyzing what is the indifference curve and what is the demand of the curve in this indifference curve. So first move on to the utility. Like we have discussed in the previous chapter, utility are of two types: cardinal and ordinal. Cardinal, that is quantifiable, that we have covered in the previous series, given by Marshall, which gives too many unrealistic assumptions. And one is ordinal. Ordinal is means giving order to the goods that you have chosen, instead of giving numbering that this particular product is giving you 10 rupees satisfaction, 20 rupees satisfaction, or this much amount of satisfaction. Instead of that, in ordinal you are ranking some product, that this is giving me first number satisfaction, second number satisfaction, third, and so on. It is given by Hicks. So it has some realistic also. Like if you compare, you can also analyze that this is realistic. Ordinal is realistic. You cannot quantify the preference of a consumer, so that is somewhat unrealistic. But see, its ordinal is non-quantifiable ranking or ordering combination of goods. Suppose we have an orange is denoted by O and banana is denoted by B. So suppose you have 6 orange and 3 banana here. This we have set A. And you have 6 orange and 2 banana over here. This is set B. And you have 5 orange and 2 banana over here. This is set C. Now what happen is, you always prefer A over B because A has more quantity of B. See, there are 6 orange, but 3 banana here, 2 banana here. So definitely you are going to prefer more of a quantity, right? This is the I am driving from this assumptions. Okay, more of a commodity is always better than less. So this point makes clear. Similarly, this point, if you are 5 orange and 2 B, but you will prefer B over C because you are getting 6 orange. So in this curve, in this ABC, you are able to differentiate that you like A over B and B over C. So this is differentiate between order by consumer. But there can be situation where a consumer would not be able to differentiate like this ordering, where he will be equally satisfied with, like here D, E, F. Suppose you are getting 3 orange and 4 bananas. You are equally satisfied with 4 orange and 3 bananas. Okay, similarly, if you are getting 5 banana and 5 orange and 2 banana, you are equally satisfied. You are not able to differentiate between D, E, F. So this is the meaning of indifference. Indifference is you are not able to differentiate between the combination of goods you have selected. This is it. And so we have to derive assumptions from this example. More of a commodity I have explained. Preference or indifference are transitive. That is that is, if you like, see this my cursor, if you like A over B and B over C, then naturally you will be liking A over C also. This is transitive. If A is greater than B and B is greater than C, then A is always greater than C. This is transitive. And third assumption is diminishing marginal rate of substitution. We will be discussing what is the marginal rate of substitution. Let us first see what this statement is telling. Diminishing is decreasing. Marginal means by one quantity, by 1 unit, Rate means like if we rate something, this upon this, of substitution, you are substituting something. So moving on, if more of a x are substituted for y, then you will be willing to go fewer and fewer y for each addition of x. I should explain this in Hindi, that will explain it better. Suppose आपके पास कुछ चीज़ थी, बनाना थे और ऑरेंज थे, मैंने आपके सारे बनाना लेना स्टार्ट कर दिए और आपको ऑरेंज देने लग गया, मगर इससे क्या होगा, आप बनाना लेने स्टार्ट कर दिया और ऑरेंज देने लग गया, मगर एक पॉइंट ऐसा आएगा कि आपको बनाना भी चाहिए होंगे, तो वो आपकी रिप्लेस करने की, सब्स्टिट्यूशन करने की जो रेट था वो रिड्यूस होता जा रहा है। जैसे ही जैसे मैं आपसे बनाना लेता जा रहा हूँ और ऑरेंज देता जा रहा हूँ, मगर आप एक पॉइंट आता है कि आप अनसेटिस्फाई हो जाता है कि आपको बनाना चाहिए होता है, तो वो डिमिनिश होता है। मतलब ये क्या बताता है कि आपकी सेटिस्फेक्शन बताता है, डिमिनिशिंग रेट ऑफ मार्जिनल सब्स्टिट्यूशन। We will discuss this diminishing with the example also. It will make more clear. Indifference curve. All combination of goods equal satisfaction, like we have discussed. Suppose there are two goods, good X and good Y, and good X is 1 unit and you have good Y 12 unit. These all lie on the indifference curve. This curve, I see this, the cursor is moving. So you have 1x and 12 of y. Here is this point, and you have 2 unit of good x and 8 unit of y. These goods give you equal satisfaction. That is 1,12 give you equal satisfaction if with 2,8, like we discuss here. Okay, this gives you equal satisfaction. So like this, 3,5 gives you equal satisfaction. There is 3,5, like this 4,3 and 5,2. So if we join this point, we get this indifference curve. This is the this we have drawn IC. Now moving on to our assumptions, we have discussed is diminishing rate of marginal substitution. Here what we have done is, if we move from 1,12 to 2,8, what we have done is we have reduced 4y for one increase in 1x. Means if we are moving from 1 to 2, we have substituted 4 quantity of y. हमने 4 y को दे दिया है और 1 x का गेन किया है, तो इसी को ही मार्जिनल सब्स्टिट्यूशन बोलते हैं। और जैसे ही मैं नीचे जाऊंगा, मेरे x तो बढ़ रहे हैं 1 2 3 4 5, मगर y पहले 4y था, और अब दूसरे वाले स्टेप में क्या हुआ कि 2,8 था और 3,5। यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है, एक x के इंक्रीज होने पर मैं कितने y को दे रहा हूँ, मैं सिर्फ 3y को दे रहा हूँ, और इसमें क्या हो रहा है, एक x के बढ़ने पर मैं सिर्फ 2y दे रहा हूँ, एक x के बढ़ने पर मैं सिर्फ 1y। लाइक दिस इज मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ डिमिनिशिंग रेट ऑफ मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन इज डिक्रीजिंग. So we are this is marginal rate of substitution. 4 3 2 1. How many quantity of y you are willing to substitute for one quantity of x? This is simple marginal rate of substitution, nothing else, believe me. So if we discuss the property of this IC is indifference curve. Equally desirable goods are always be lying on this curve, product lies on this curve. This is continuous curve. And convex is this shape is convex to the origin, because we will be discussing why this is convex and sloping downward. Because if this would not be convex, had it been concave, then marginal rate of substitution will be increasing instead of decreasing. Because you can see this in a book also. We will be discussing this later also. An example I remember. Unlike Marshall hair, utility of 1 independent of are utility of one not independent of other. Like in Marshall substitution, we add the utility of A, B, C. Here we cannot do this, okay, because utility of one good depends on the other. That is why we have plotted good x and good y. Here it is varying with respect to x. हमने हमारी y की कितनी रिक्वायरमेंट है वो x पर डिपेंड कर रही है. That is why it is different from Marshall. Here Hicks has assumed this. So more of a quantity is always preferable. As we move from IC1 is this curve, this is indifference curve 1. As we move from C, we have three quantity of x, and here we have 2 quantity of y, and here we have three quantity of x, but here we have 4 quantity of y. So we will be preferring this curve over this because more of a quantity is always preferable. Here if preference and taste changes, new curve will be there. This is obvious. Okay, now discuss the marginal rate of substitution. Like we have discussed here what is marginal rate of substitution. Now we want to derive this marginal rate of substitution from this curve. Okay, remember marginal rate of substitution is decreasing. पहले 4 3 2 1. This is decreasing, and what it tells is हमने एक क्वांटिटी ऑफ x पर कितने y क्वांटिटी को छोड़ दिया, हमने दे दिया एक क्वांटिटी x को बढ़ाने के लिए, और जितनी ज़्यादा हम लोग देते जाएंगे हमारी कैपेसिटी y को देने की उतनी ही कम होती जाएगी. दैट इज़ वाई इट इज़ डिक्रीजिंग. So deriving this marginal rate of substitution is always tangent to this curve because it will give us similar thing. If we draw the tangent here, it will give the slope of 4, it will give the slope of 3, it will give the slope of 2, it will give the slope of 1, and like this way. So marginal rate of substitution is tangent to the indifference curve. If we draw, this is the IC curve, if we draw tangent at point A, we have this is point A, and delta change in A is B, smaller and smaller. So this is delta y and delta x, this is theta, that is making tangent to the indifference curve. This theta will be equal to this theta also. You have, because these are what are called interior opposite angle, that is something property. So ABS, angle ABS is theta is equal to angle TTO, which is equal to tan theta. This is tan, इसका tan theta क्या होगा इस triangle का? What will be the tan theta of ABS is perpendicular by base, that is delta y by delta x, delta y by delta x. Similarly, the tan theta of this will be, what will be the tan theta of this triangle is y upon x, perpendicular by base is, this is OT by O small t by O capital T. This is showing nothing else but the marginal rate of substitution. Now suppose, now I want to prove you that marginal rate of substitution decreases as we move from here to here, where my cursor is moving. As x increases, marginal rate of substitution decreases. Suppose at point A, this is the tangent, and at point B, this is the tangent. I have shown you, this is the, where my cursor is, this is the tan theta graph. If we move from 0 to 90, y is increasing, and if we move from 90 to if we move from 90 to 0 backward, this is y is decreasing. So this is that is what I am saying is, this is upon A, this is the curve theta 2, and this angle will be 180 minus theta 2. This will be, and this is on B theta 1, and this will be 180 minus theta 1. Obviously 180 minus theta 1 will be greater than 180 minus theta 2, and here also theta 2 will be greater than theta 1 because at tangent at point B is more inclined toward x-axis while tangent at A is more vertical. So theta 2 will be greater than theta 1. If theta is greater than 90 तो नेगेटिव हो जाता है, देखो ना, ये थीटा 90 है तो ये x की y की वैल्यू नेगेटिव हो गई. सो दिस इज शोइंग इज हमारा यहाँ पर टेन थीटा जो a पर था वो ज़्यादा था और बजाय b पर जो था, बिकॉज टेन थीटा इज डिक्रीजिंग. एज थीटा डिक्रीजेज तो उसका स्लोप भी डिक्रीज हो जाता है. इफ गुड्स आर परफेक्ट सब्स्टिट्यूट देन सब्स्टिट्यूशन हैज़ नो इफेक्ट. दिस इज राइट स्टेटमेंट वेरी. सो अगर दो गुड्स अपने आप में परफेक्ट सब्स्टिट्यूट है लाइक पेन एंड इंक, तो सब्स्टिट्यूशन का कोई इफेक्ट ही नहीं पड़ता. दो गुड्स ले लिए हमने, एक्स और वाई ले रहे थे वहाँ पर, अगर दोनों ही गुड्स इक्वल सब्स्टिट्यूट हैं तो कोई पेन एंड इंक विल नॉट बी द परफेक्ट सब्स्टिट्यूट. दीज आर कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री गुड्स. यू कैन थिंक ऑफ पार्ले एंड ब्रिटानिया and universal example. So we want to discuss the relation between marginal rate of substitution and marginal utility. We have already discussed this also in the previous lecture also. Suppose we have u is utility of two goods x and y. We giving it rank A, considering it a constant value, and u of xy is a function of px plus qy equal to a. This okay. Now if we partial differentiate this equation, now what happen in partial differentiation is partial differentiation of constant quantity is 0. Suppose if we partial differentiate upon this side and this side, a is 0, and if we partial differentiate this, it will come out to be this. Why it come out to be this is because u is supposed to be a function of x and y. In this, if we consider, here we are considering y constant and x is varying, so delta u, if we write here delta and write here delta also, dx by dx तो वैसे ही कट जाएगा, तो all remain is delta u plus delta u. dy से delta y कट जाएगा, तो all remaining is delta u. We are dividing numerator and denominator by partial differentiation and dx, partial differentiation of y by dy. हम लोग इससे कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ेगा क्योंकि न्यूमिनेटर और डिनोमिनेटर में हम लोग सिमिलर डिवाइड कर रहे हैं. ऑल्दो ये पार्शियल है और ये dx है, बट फिर भी कुछ इतना ज़्यादा फ़र्क नहीं पड़ेगा. बट व्हाट हैपन इज इफ़ वी सोल्व दिस इक्वेशन du by dy, if we move this one to left hand side, it will become this, and dy by dx, this is like we have discussed dy by dx, this dy by dx is slope. Okay, we have already discussed it. Where dy by dx is slope of IC. This is marginal rate of substitution of x y, and if we write this by this, if we divide this over, it will came here du by dx this. But what it is telling us is this is marginal utility of x. We have discussed it in the previous chapter, and this is marginal utility of y. So marginal utility, so marginal rate of substitution of two product is mux upon muy. This is very important. It will come to be handy in solving the numerical problems, and also UPSC ask direct question like this. Properties of indifference curve. So marginal rate of substitution we have discussed. What it tells is it is decreasing and it is equal to this. Utility of marginal utility of x over marginal utility of y. इसका मतलब क्या होता है? इसका मतलब ये होता है कि जो हम सब्स्टिट्यूट कर रहे हैं वो हमारी यूटिलिटी पर, जो हमारी प्रेफरेंस है उसी पर डिपेंड करता है. हम सब्स्टिट्यूट तो तभी करते हैं ना जब हमारी प्रेफरेंस एक की दूसरे से अलग होती है और ज़्यादा होती है। इसमें क्या हो रहा है, इसमें यही हो रहा है, ये यही बताता है रेट ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन, वही बताएगा जो हमारी प्रेफरेंस को सब्स्टिट्यूट कर रहा है। इसका मीनिंग ये है और इसकी डेरिवेशन हम लोग आगे भी देखेंगे। प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ इंडिफरेंस कर्व, लाइक वी हैव डिस्कस IC स्लोप्स डाउनवर्ड टू द राइट, दैट इज IC हैज़ नेगेटिव स्लोप, downward is amount of one increases and other decreases. We have already discussed this and we have seen it also. IC is convex to the origin like this. This is convex, where my cursor is. This is convex and this is concave. If it had been concave, the IC had been concave, then see if here MRS increases, yeah, the marginal rate of X substitution increases X for Y, okay, and here it is decreasing, यानी कि हम लोग यहाँ पर उल्टा हो रहा है, तो वो हमारी IC की प्रॉपर्टी नहीं है। तो हम यही प्रॉपर्टी लेंगे कि वो कन्वेक्स होती है ओरिजिन से और वो डिमिनिशिंग होती है। अगर कनकेव ले लेंगे तो MRS विल बी इंक्रीजिंग। अगर हम लोग यहाँ पर एक x को एक x की क्वांटिटी बढ़ाते हैं तो हम लोग ज़्यादा y दे रहे होंगे, इसका मतलब यही है, सिंपल। कन्वेक्स टू द ओरिजिन, फ्लैटर इन द राइट हैंड साइड and steeper in the left, like this. Only a convex shape provide DMRS. This, I hope this is clear. Two IC curve cannot intersect each other. What we are discussing, properties. Two IC curve cannot intersect each other. Suppose here are two IC curve, indifference curve. This is IC1 and this is IC2. Suppose these two intersect and at point C. Now here what happen is, if I see on IC1 B and C are on IC1 and A and C are on IC2. Now if I consider IC1, I prefer B and C both equally, but if I consider IC2, I prefer A and C both equally, but I prefer A over B, because here, see here where cursor is, because at A, at similar quantity of X, I am getting more quantity of Y. So these are not transitive. In IC1, B and C are equal and A and C are equal, so A and B are also supposed to be equal because we are following a transitive relation. So but here A is greater than B, so they cannot intersect, even they cannot be tangent, meet or touch each other. Okay, higher IC represent higher satisfaction than lower one, because more of a commodity is always preferable. IC of perfect substitute. Suppose perfect substitute are, suppose dalda is there, dalda and rath vanaspati is there. We used to use in our daily life dalda and vanaspati. Pepsi and Coca-Cola, both are equal, so these are perfect substitute. If you do not have Pepsi, you recommend Coca-Cola. These are perfect substitute. Britannia and Parle, both are perfect substitute. What happen in this case is, because since they are perfect substitute, their substitution are also equal. अगर हम 5 पैकेट पेप्सी के ले रहे थे तो हम लोग 5 ही लेंगे ना। अगर पेप्सी के 2 मिले तो हम 3 कोको कोला के ले लेंगे, हमें कोई फ़र्क ही नहीं पड़ेगा कि परफेक्ट सब्स्टिट्यूट है, बिकॉज क्योंकि पेप्सी लो और कोको कोला लो तो एक ही बात होगी, तो एक बात होने से उसका कांस्टेंट स्लोप ही रहेगा। IC विल बी कांस्टेंट स्लोप, this one IC1, IC2, IC3, this will be constant, but here IC1 is greater than IC2 because here we are getting more of a quantity than IC1, which is always preferable. Okay, so constant slope रहेगा and MRS भी तो constant होगा ना, IC1 भी है और MRS भी, substitution rate भी तो constant होगा for perfect substitution. Now if they are a perfect complementary product, perfect complementary means they are used in a fixed proportion. इफ़ यू यूज सर्टेन क्वांटिटी इन अ फिक्स प्रोपोर्शन, अगर हमें एक पेन है तो हमें एक ही इंक की बोतल, उसके एक पेन है और एक ही निब चाहिए, तो उनका रेशो 1:1 है। अगर हमें एक पेन को बढ़ाया तो हमें इंक को भी बढ़ाना पड़ेगा, वरना हम उसे सब्स्टिट्यूट नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि वो इक्वली घटेंगे और बढ़ेंगे उसी प्रोपोर्शन में ही। सपोज करो कि गैसोलीन है और एक कूलेंट है कार का, तो गैसोलीन और कूलेंट की जो रेशो होगी, सपोज करो 2:3 है, तो इसी रेशो में ही हम लोग यूज़ करेंगे। तो उसकी वजह से क्या होता है, सी दिस ग्राफ, if I see 1 we are considering here, pink pen and ink is there in proportion of 1:1. If I move this, if I have to move, suppose this is pen, if I try to move one quantity of pen, then we cannot rely on this curve, because because I have to acquire an infinite quantity of ink. So this is this curve, infinite, because if I try to increase one quantity of pen by 1, I need to have infinite quantity of ink. Okay, so greater the convexity, the less ease with which two goods can be substituted. अगर हमारे पास दो पेन और एक इंक की बोतल थी, हमने उसको सब्स्टिट्यूट करना चाहा कि हम लोग एक पेन ले लें और 2 इंक की बोतल कर दें, तो वो बहुत ही इम्पॉसिबल हो जाता है, बिकॉज दे आर इनफ यूज्ड इन अ फिक्स प्रोपोर्शन. नाउ indefinite amount of y needed to be substituted for 1x, like we have discussed. So this curve is this, perfect substitution curve is this, and perfect complementary are convex. क्योंकि इसमें हम लोग जितना परफेक्ट सब्स्टिट्यूट होता, परफेक्ट कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री होता जाएगा, उतना ही ये कन्वेक्स होता जाएगा. और एक पॉइंट ऐसा आएगा कि दोनों परफेक्ट सब्स्टिट्यूट है तो स्ट्रेट लाइन हो जाएगा, लाइक दिस. This is L and this is perfect substitute and this is perfect complementary, both are opposite. तो जितना जितना हम लोग, फिर IC कर्व ऐसे बनेगी, IC कर्व ऐसे, फिर स्ट्रेट लाइन हो जाएगी IC, वो यहाँ पर होएगी. Now if this you can also analyze by yourself. If two quantities are there, pollution and clothing, obviously you will be preferring less to pollution and more to clothing. So see this curve is moving leftward and moving upward, because you do not prefer pollution over clothing. You prefer less of pollution, so it is shifting leftward, and you prefer more of a clothing, so it is moving upward. So this is moving to the left. Now here is neuter, and there is neuter. What is neuter? One is not affected if more or less of a good is used. Like water, हमें कितना ही दे दो, हमें कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ रहा है, तो उसकी इंडिफरेंस कर्व ये रहेंगी. एंड इफ़ सिमिलर, इफ़ न्यूटर इज़ ऑन द वाई एक्सिस, इसकी इंडिफरेंस कर्व ये रहेगी. नाउ I am leaving one topic, bliss point, that I think in the book of H.L. Auza, that I guess it is not that much important that I should have covered all this. Okay, this is the bliss point, so I'm leaving it. It is not that much important. Just try to explain something with this, so you can also, if you like, you can cover it by yourself. Now budget line or budget constraint along IC. So budget line is you buy certain commodity in a market. So what you see when you encounter a product is prices of the goods and the money in your pocket. These two things you will be seeing when you purchase good in the market. So relying on this, At consumer equilibrium, IC and budget line touch. Let us first discuss what budget line is. Suppose you have 550 rupees of amount with you, and there are two commodities in the market, PX whose price is 10 rupees and PY whose price is 5 rupees. Now if I need to draw the budget line curve. So if this is y axis, good y and good x, so how much quantity of good I can buy of quantity x with 50 money in hand is when I divide 50 by prices of 10, that is 5 quantity of x. How much quantity of y, that is 50 by 5 is 10 quantity of y. If I join these 2 points, I will get this curve. This is budget line, and whose equation is px into capital X plus py into capital Y equal to m. Here m is money and y, capital X and capital Y are goods I am purchasing. So this depends on this is px and py, prices of x and y respectively. Suppose if you are on a k point, here you are buying 2 quantity of x and 2 quantity of y. So what is the prices of good x is 10, and how many quantity 2, and what is the prices of y is 5, how many quantity you are buying 2, it is 30, but it is less than 50. You have total amount of rupees is 50. So this point will be lying under this curve, and if I saw h point 5 comma 4, here 10 into 5 plus 5 into 4, okay, this is 70, which is lying above the budget line because you have budget line of 50 rupees. Now if I need to derive this budget line, it is giving me in an equal relation. What this is giving is, मेरे पास जितना भी मनी हो वो किसके बराबर होगा, जो मैंने x गुड खरीदा है, कितना गुड खरीदा और कितना उसका प्राइस है, प्लस y का कितना प्राइस है और कितना खरीदा, वो m के बराबर होना चाहिए. इफ़ अगर मैं इसको इस फॉर्म में लेकर आऊँ तो इससे क्या पता चलता है मुझे, और इस फॉर्म में लेकर आके मैं इससे कंपेयर करूँ, y इक्वल टू एम एक्स प्लस सी. This is the standard equation of a line, y equal to mx plus c. You should learn this by heart. This is the standard equation of a line. You can represent any line in the form of y equal to mx plus c, where c is I have discussed here, where c is intercept on y-axis. Here it is a line y equal to mx plus c, and m is the slope of the line. This slope is tan theta, and c is y-intercept. What is y-intercept? M by py. Like here, this is m by py, which is 10. And if c is equal to 0, then the curve will pass through the origin, like y equal to x. If y is equal to 2x, m is ग्रेटर हेयर, एम इज स्लोप इज ग्रेटर हेयर, तो यहाँ पर बड़े वाली आएगी, ऊपर की साइड आएगी. अगर एम इज लेसर तो नीचे की साइड आएगी, y इक्वल टू एम एक्स. तो सो वी ड्राइव दिस स्टैंडर्ड इक्वेशन m बाय पी वाई माइनस पी एक्स बाय पी वाई इंटू एक्स. सो व्हाट इज द स्लोप ऑफ द इक्वेशन? m इज, अगर मैं इन दोनों को कंपेयर करूँ, दिस इज c, m बाय पी वाई इज कॉन्स्टेंट, m बाय पी वाई इज 10 हेयर, सो दिस इज कॉन्स्टेंट. एंड एम एक्स इज x, ये रहा, m ये बचा. तो हमारा स्लोप क्या हुआ बजट लाइन कर्व का? px बाय py. माइनस साइन शोज दैट इट इज notation of prices change in the px and py. So px and py is the slope of the our curve, budget line curve. Now slope of budget line curve is this, which is equal to we can also say that OB by OA is also the budget slope. Budget is what? Tan theta. Tan theta of this triangle is perpendicular by base, OB by OA. So we can also say that OB by OL. What is OB? OL. Sorry, we need a correction here. This is OB by OA. We should write OB by, instead of L it is OB by OA. So what is OB? What is OB is, OB कितना है, M by PY तो है, 10 क्या है, M by PY. And what is OA? OA क्या, M by PX है. Money we have and the prices of good X. So this equals to PX by PY, which is slope of the budget line also. ठीक है. Shift in budget line. If I need to shift in the budget line, there are two possible ways we can shift the budget line. That if the prices of a commodity changes or my income increases or decreases. Okay, suppose earlier PY was 5. Earlier this was the curve when 5 was the price of PY. Here we are at 10. So earlier this was the curve. Now suppose PY dash has become 10, changes in the prices of 10, that is price of Y increases. So M by PY dash is 50 by 10 is 5. So this is the new curve. Similarly if Px equal to 10, earlier हमारा क्या था, यहाँ पर थी Px is 10. Now Px dash is 5, prices of X decreases. So 50 by 5 is 10. So now the new curve will be, new budget line curve will be this one. This one. Okay. And if income changes, suppose this is the, earlier on I was having rupees 50 with me. Now if my income increases to 100, so what happened? 100 by 5 is the price of Y. So this is 20, and if the price of good is 10, so 100 by 10, this is this. And now this will be the budget line curve. If my income increases, so budget line will move to right hand side. If my income decreases to 30 rupees, budget line will be moving left hand side like this, 30 by 5, 6. So you can draw this curve. Now consumer equilibrium. When will be the consumer having maximum satisfaction? Obviously at an equilibrium. But what will be the equilibrium, we will be discussing later on. But first we see the what are the assumption in deriving this equilibrium. So fixed, you should have a fixed amount of money, and total money you have, you should spend whole amount of it. Only then you will be acquiring equilibrium in the market. हमारे पास पॉकेट में पैसा रखा ही रहेगा तो हम लोग एक कंक्लूजन नहीं निकाल सकते ना. हमारे पास फिक्स अमाउंट होना चाहिए और हमें वो पूरा सेट वो करना है, स्पेंड करना है. प्रेफरेंस भी हमारी सेम होनी चाहिए. ये नहीं है कि प्रेफरेंस हमारी डिफरेंट होगी, मतलब टेस्ट बदल गया. और जैसे ये था लाइक दिस IC और IC2, तो प्रेफरेंस बदल रही है ना. बजट पे भी डिपेंड करता है, वो प्रेफरेंस बढ़ भी घटती भी जाती है. सो प्राइसेस आर गिवन एंड कांस्टेंट एंड गुड्स आर होमोजेनियस एंड डिविजिबल. होमोजेनियस एंड डिविजिबल. होमोजेनियस यानी कि एक कंपोजिट मिक्सचर है और वो डिविजिबल है. नाउ थर्ड इज point of equilibrium must be convex to the origin, not concave. जो हम we will be discussing this point. Now equilibrium on budget line. Highest point of satisfaction. Satisfaction we draw from indifference curve. Okay, and when the indifference curve touches the budget line curve, this will be giving us the equilibrium point. Suppose we have curve IC1 here. Now this is the budget line, BL is the budget line, this is BL. Now IC1 touches BL at R, okay, and here at H. But this is not giving us the maximum satisfaction. If we move upon this curve IC2, because more of a commodity is always preferable, if we move from IC1 to IC2, we will be getting more of a commodity. So here at S and at T, and if we move from IC2 to IC3, more of a commodity is always preferable, and this is giving at equilibrium at Q point. Now what is the significance of this? This gives us an equal amount of satisfaction. नाउ अगर मैं IC1 से IC2 से IC3 ऐसे ऐसे करते करते एक ऐसी इंडिफरेंस कर्व करूँगा ड्रॉ जो कि टेंजेंट होगी BL से, उसी पॉइंट पर मेरा इक्विलिब्रियम पॉइंट होगा. सो नाउ वी विल बी सीइंग व्हाट इज़ द सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ इट. नाउ एट टेंजेंट पॉइंट Q, स्लोप ऑफ PL एंड IC3 आर इक्वल. स्लोप ऑफ BL क्या स्लोप क्या देगा, इसी का tan थीटा देगा, और चूंकि BL ही टेंजेंट है IC3 पर तो इनका स्लोप तो इक्वल ही रहेगा. स्लोप क्या है, y ओवर x, यानी कि दिस ओवर दिस. नाउ स्लोप एट Q ऑन IC3 इज MRS, बिकॉज यहाँ पर स्लोप क्या होगा, मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ सब्सटीट्यूशन ऑफ x फॉर y. यही तो होगा, हमने डिस्कस किया ना. IC3 का स्लोप क्या देगा, मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ सब्सटीट्यूशन, दैट इज ये रहा MRS XY. नाउ द स्लोप ऑफ BL इज, BL का क्या होगा, वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस. स्लोप ऑफ BL इज PX by PY, बिकॉज BL इज स्लोप ऑफ MRS XY इज PX by PY. सो स्लोप ऑफ BL भी इसके बराबर हो जाएगा. आर यू गेटिंग इट? यू नो वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस. सो MRS XY we have already discussed is this PX by PY. I should write first this and then this. थोड़ा गलती कर दिया. सो हमें इससे क्या पता चला, ये कि मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ सब्सटीट्यूशन किसके बराबर होता है, प्राइसेस ऑफ x अपॉन प्राइसेस ऑफ y. इफ मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ सब्सटीट्यूशन इज डिक्रीजिंग और इंक्रीजिंग, then we need to increasing or decreasing with respect to this ratio px by py, then it is good for consumer to substitute till he achieves px by py ratio equality. अगर उसका मार्जिनल रेशो सब्सटीट्यूशन का कम या ज़्यादा होता है तो कंज्यूमर क्या करना चाहेगा, इक्विलिब्रियम में आने के लिए इस रेशो के बराबर आना चाहेगा, px by py. Okay, now if I see here MRS at RS is greater, so substitution of x for y contrary on H and T. I think what it is saying, okay, now what it is saying is MRS at RS is greater, so substitute x for y contrary to on H and T. Now here see this curve, see this point. At this point marginal rate of substitution is greater than at these points. Here marginal rate of substitution is lesser, so we want to, at this position we want to increase the marginal rate of substitution, at this we want to decrease the marginal rate of substitution, because here marginal rate of substitution is greater than px by py and here it is lesser than px by py. अगर मैं इस बजट लाइन में यहाँ पर और इस यहाँ से यहाँ पर मेरे को मूव करना पड़ेगा, अगर उसे कम करना है MRS को और इसमें इंक्रीज़ करना है तो मैं इस साइड से यहाँ पर बढ़ना पड़ेगा, तो दोनों मिलकर Q पॉइंट पर आएंगे. यही बात बोल रहा है. I am covering each and every part of this book. I am explaining in a fine and better manner. I hope you are grasping it and practice the question at the end of this book, and do tell me what you need more and what you need less. So now moving on to the next that we have discussed is IC should be convex to the origin, not concave. concave में क्या होगा, MRS हमारा बढ़ रहा होगा जब हम नीचे जाएंगे, और बजाय कन्वेक्स के. कन्वेक्स में क्या होता है, हमारा MRS मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ सब्सटीट्यूशन डिक्रीज़ होता है जब हम नीचे जाते हैं, तो हमें चाहिए क्या था, डिक्रीज़ ही होना चाहिए. तो MRS जो है हमारा कन्वेक्स टू द ओरिजिन होगा. सर्टेन पार्ट ऑफ द book I have skipped, but these are not that much important. These are just a derivation of the things that we have already discussed, so I skip those part, like this curve, like this one and this one. Okay, I will be explaining to you here also. So equilibrium point convex to the origin, which makes MRSX falling instead of increasing. So two condition for equilibrium maximization, that is BL is tangent to the IC, budget line should be tangent to the indifference curve. इसका मतलब क्या होता है कि इंडिफरेंस कर्व पे क्या होता है, मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन जो होता है वो टेंजेंट होता है, किसके बराबर होता है, px by py, and IC is convex to the origin. Now there are two things. If IC is flat like this, वो इसका इतना स्टीपर नहीं है, जैसे ये है इसमें स्टीपर है. इफ IC is steeper, दिस स्टीप क्या होता है, स्लैंट, पूरा मतलब एक स्टीप ऐसे दे रहा है, और ये फ्लैट है थोड़ा सा. तो इसमें क्या होगा, इसमें मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन लो है. क्यों लो है, क्योंकि अगर हम देखेंगे, हम इसमें मान लो एक क्वांटिटी x की बढ़ाते हैं तो हमें लेसर क्वांटिटी ऑफ y की देनी पड़ रही है. अगर हमें एक क्वांटिटी x की बढ़ाते हैं तो सपोज करो यहाँ पर हमने सिर्फ आधी क्वांटिटी y की गवाई है, मगर इसमें क्या होता है, अगर हम एक क्वांटिटी x की बढ़ाते हैं तो हम 2 या 4 क्वांटिटी y की दे रहे होते हैं. सो दिस इज़ वाई MRS इज़ हाई इन द स्टीपर साइड and lower on the flatter side. Now these are some spatial analysis of the indifference curve corner equilibrium. What it is telling is, sometimes the situation arises is that you do not want to consume any of the commodity of x, so you will be at equilibrium at this point, and if you do not want to consume any commodity of quantity y, then you will be at equilibrium at this corner point, because this is the budget line. You will not be at equilibrium at this because indifference curve is this, and here indifference curve is flatter and here it is slant. So it also gives us a more of a, and this is concave part, this is not so much important, this is slightly important. Suppose we have perfect substitute and perfect equilibrium, perfect substitute and perfect complement. Suppose we have perfect substitute. We have already discussed the IC curve in perfect substitute. This is this line, straight line होती है, बिल्कुल कर्व नहीं होती है, क्योंकि वो सब्स्टिट्यूट एक दूसरे को तो सब्स्टिट्यूट कर ही सकते हैं आराम से. एंड दिस इज़ द बजट लाइन. तो बजट लाइन में हमें इक्विलिब्रियम पॉइंट ढूंढना है. इक्विलिब्रियम पॉइंट यहाँ पर कौन सा होगा, एट IC5. IC1 पर क्यों नहीं होगा, क्योंकि IC1 भी, क्योंकि मोर ऑफ ए कमोडिटीज ऑलवेज रिक्वायर्ड देन लेसर. IC1 पर हमें लेसर सेटिस्फेक्शन मिल रही है, IC5 पे हमें ज़्यादा मिल रही है, दोनों ही बजट लाइन पर लाई करते हैं, तो यहाँ पर हमारा इक्विलिब्रियम पॉइंट होगा. सिमिलरली अगर परफेक्ट सब्स्टिट्यूट अगर ये वाला होता, इसमें क्या है, BL जो है बजट लाइन अगर थोड़ी सी वो है, फ्लैट है, इसमें क्या थोड़ी स्टीप है, इसमें थोड़ी फ्लैट है, तो हमारा यहाँ पर नीचे की साइड रहेगा. हम वी आर डिमांडिंग x, हेयर वी आर डिमांडिंग फुल ऑफ y. ओके, नाउ सिमिलरली विद द परफेक्ट कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री, दैट इज दिस लाइन इज BL. In case of perfect complement, you already know that IC curve will be perpendicular, this one. In case of perfect equilibrium exists at corner indifference curve. And this topic I will be discussing in the next part of the third lecture video. Thank you. Do tell me what is the shortcoming in this video, what do you like, what do you not like.